And basically we just went, yeah, no, I don't understand.
I think he just likes the power. I think he likes to be in control. That's why he's an admin.
Maybe.
Would make sense. We got a little bit of the flying ducks going on here in T-Spawn for Yeah Gaming. And we have FURIA on the CT side. Currently tied up at 1 apiece. This will be the last map of the series and the last match here on the B stream. I don't know if there's another game going on. I thought I saw an MIBR match. I think that one actually finished off. So I think we're actually the last stream running. But either way, let's see what Yeah Gaming can do on this T side. I'm actually really curious because they had some moments of glory when thinking back to Mirage. Inferno as well. They had some good rounds. I feel like Nuke could be a little bit of a tougher story considering they've had some really wonky results. And dual Berettas coming in for Vinny. No kills though, like typical dual Beretta style.
Of course, as the brilliant observer I am, I have forgotten to put back on the X-ray. Of course, I'm not observing the game, but I need to put X-ray on. So I'll do that in the next round. But for now, you get to see what the players are seeing. Yeah, look, it's special, isn't it? It's unique. Luckily, Umar is actually going to spot his opponent right in his face. Didn't even need an X-ray for that one. It's still going to be the T's looking in towards this A site, trying to probe back in, see if they can find anything out. Meantime, the CT side have actually gambled a couple of rotations down towards the B side, so this could be a bit of an issue for them, especially with the shots coming in on Penny. A clean one coming out from IDK. Rotation will come out from Quesarado, trying to catch the man outside, but it is now going to be a full push into the A site. 30 seconds left. Bomb looks to go down.
Well, they know Quesarado's up here, so he's not going to have a clean shot to stop this bomb from being planted. Looking for that 1v1 up against IDK, who's just more than happy to sit here crouching. Just trying to keep that threat. Art does make his way up inside event, though, and I don't know if they've actually spotted him out just yet. Because they're still so worried about Quesarado, so they're going to hope that Art can be the one to flank around. Be the one to open up this site for the retake. And Quesarado's just hoping for an opportunity for an head. Art's going to have to pick up the pace. The ball's starting to tick away. He does get the first kill to do. Mouse spots on the second on IDK. And now it's just the third man. Tatizin by himself. And Art will get the hat trick. And FURIA is going to win the pistol round. I never expected that to happen.
Going to stick it on the defuse. Want to make sure that he gets it. Don't want anybody to miss anything. But there you go. That is the defusal. Now I'm quickly going to put up a wonderful pause screen. Don't worry. We've not gone anywhere. I'm definitely not going to copy that command to get the X-ray back. It does at least show you like how sick those kills from Art actually were. The fact that he's able to basically just do that. And you can see it from his POV. It's a lot easier than you might normally expect. But in theory, that should mean that the X-ray is back on. Everything is fine and dandy. And Tom is less of a screw-up than you might expect.
I can't really knock on you because of my mic problems earlier on, so I'll just let you have that one. But yeah, I mean, it's still the shots he hit, especially on the IDK, was just tucked away. I mean, upside is they knew he was there. Quesarado was checking the angle consistently, and IDK, I mean, his position was completely given up. But still, to know what to do versus actually executing the shots is a completely different story. Like, I'm sure, you know, as casters, like, we know what we should be doing in these situations, but it doesn't mean we have that mechanical skill to back it up. As we saw Art, he definitely does. And you're gonna see... I'm surprised you haven't told me to shut up yet, Tom. Look at Vinny.
Beautiful. He was using the Julies in the pistol round as well, which I also wanted to mention. But, you know, this man is a man after my heart. I said he's in my fantasy team, and I'm happy with that decision, very much so. He was a sick player in the second map, one of the top fraggers for the side. But ultimately, in this round, I was going to say it's the Art show, but... he's been splattered all over the wall. Bit of a Jackson Pollock, I would say.
I know that reference from Modern Family. So 3-on-2 now.
I am cultured.
It counts, doesn't it? Come on. Tatizin, though, does equalize things back to 2 apiece. Problem is the bomb tucked away in secret, hoping that a player's going to push him. Tatizin again, he's basically doing it all by himself. He carries the bomb through, or helps get it back into sight, I should say. Yuri now looking to clutch this one out like you saw Art do it before. Not going to be sure where Tatizin will currently be placed, but now Tatizin will know where he is. Onto the one-on-one with the AUG. And Tatizin can just play the time. He also has a grenade as well, which could do some serious damage. Looking around the corner, he's sticking the defuse. 5 seconds left, and Tatizin will get the kill. Hat trick for him. And yeah, Gaming gonna win the force up.
I love how, like, just the sheer balls to just go for his 10-second defusal while your opponent... Well, I guess he didn't know where he was, but he was very, very close by. Gonna be an equalized scoreline. Now the T side, well, they can look to build into this one. Of course, you do still expect it to be a CT-sided map. Definitely not as much as it used to be. But nonetheless, FURIA are going to want to break back as soon as possible. They've invested into this one. This is a map that almost plays into the hands of, well, basically weaker buyers. You have lots of opportunities with the pistols. You have an opportunity with the scout for sure. SMGs, shotguns, basically anything goes. Except maybe the Negev. I've not seen too many people use the Negev. Maybe they're just not quite as cultured as some of the guys who are in the chat right now, probably telling me how amazing the Negev can be. But
Well, if you think about it, Tom. No, I'm just
oh dear. But yeah, basically, anything goes on this map. Like, you really can take big risks with your investments. There's a lot of close angles that you can play behind. A lot of positions that need to be checked. And when it comes to outside as well, opportunities for someone to be aggressive like Art is currently being. He's watching for this push to come in. They've delayed their take a little bit. He's actually going to try and fade away into the smoke. Now, when we saw them play versus Envy, he was someone who got punished an awful lot with this AWP. His risks didn't really come through. They like to throw in the double orb setup quite regularly, so we'll see if they actually bring that in again. Yuri does still manage to trade things back, but with only a pistol, the chance of him surviving are slim to none, and now the push comes into the A site with still two players looking to defend. Henny actually keeps Vinny alive at least a little bit longer. He goes for the shot with the D, but can't quite connect. However, Quesarado's positioning, I was about to say could be perfect, but it seems like the T's expect it.
Oh, he hears them both running. He's gonna push through the smoke, but he can't connect the shots on a Tatizan. Yeah, Gaming will still win the round, albeit with only 2 players surviving, but they're gonna have the money to buy up again. And for the CT side of FURIA, well, they invest everything they had into that round. And that's gonna be the full eco for them in round number 4 here on Nuke. We did have FURIA win the knife round too, and they chose CT side. So far, yeah, Gaming to be up 2-1, pretty impressive. I just kind of wonder, you know, where the limit will be for them on the T half. Because obviously we swap over to them, be on the CT side. We know how aggressive, again, FURIA like to play. On a map like Nuke, you can obviously lock down quite a bit of that with utility usage. Let's see, will they actually push door? See that Yeah Gamer just looking for any of these kills. Trying to take these individual one-on-one duels. RCF will be flashed in. Spots out Yuri. And there you go. The first kill comes through. There's 2 players pushing up secret. I thought I saw a second player. Yeah, there is. And then you get the dink onto the one, but unfortunately, the player wasn't there to get the kill and pick up the weapon.
Surely Art's not going to be able to get away with anything. What? Okay. Never mind. Stolen an AK. And Quesarado's found another. I don't know how this has even come remotely close. Like, this was barely anything invested. What? Okay. Art with a spray straight through. Actually going to go rotating back around. Completely switch up his position. I like this. He needs his surprise factor because he doesn't have any armor. Quesarado actually still around the heavens. Definitely wary that somebody could push around into hell. I'm sure his teammate has communicated that this position has been given up. Dumar is going to be checking. Going to make his way past. 25 seconds on the clock. Farzin is going to start making his way down the ramp as well. The problem is Art has already rotated back around. He's going to hear the flashbang, and this will give them the information that he needs. If he can just deny the bomb here, that'll be enough to win them the round. Unfortunately... Oh no, there you go. He's actually going to hear it. This could be perfect. Art's going to be so well placed. He just needs to kill the Panther, but Dumar, the saving grace for the T side. Quesarado's wrapping around, but he can't do anything. And yeah, Gaming, they cling on to life.
I mean, that was just against USPs, right? Out of FURIA, maybe a PT50 or there. And they almost pulled off a 2v5. Like, that's ridiculous. And yeah, like you said, yeah, Gaming just barely escaping that one by the skin of their teeth. I mean, they're still going to be able to buy up again, but so is FURIA now. And yeah, Gaming, I mean, they're technically on the brink of being forced to save next round as well, depending on if they get the bomb down here. So another crucial round coming up. They can get to 4. They can, I think, make it to 5 as well. And that'll already be a phenomenal start. What's up? What'd I miss?
they can get to 4, they can get to 5.
Yeah,
sorry,
I
that's just
mean,
me.
it's technically true.
And if they get to 5, well, who knows? Maybe they can get to 6.
Who knows? They might get to 6. And they get to 6. Sky's the limit.
Oh, quick execution this time. A similar position in the corner. It's cleared by the Molotovs, and this has been perfect. A perfect execution from EA Gaming. Everybody hitting their shots. No real counter utility available for FURIA, and basically the perfect time to throw that sort of round in. You know that your opposition's coming up with a buy. You know that what buy they're coming up with as well is likely going to have pieces missing. So take a risk. Try and go blasting into the site. It goes one of two ways. Either they do get the round, or, of course, there's normally a slaughter. That's normally the opposition if somebody just sprays you down through the doors. So great work from them. The fact that it's this clean, though, is actually quite impressive. Like, IDK, the only one to take damage, and he's taken 3 people with him. So this is looking more like the eco round, and the last one looked a little bit more like the buy.
It just kind of makes you think of Inferno, where it was like, what, 6 out of 8 rounds they won, but they only won with like 1 player surviving.
Yeah.
Complete opposite, night and day now on the T side. Able to get such a clean round there, at least. In the last, though, like you mentioned, the one before wasn't as nice. Yeah, I don't feel like it's a team that's been able to... Well, again, we only got the Caster Envy match, and that was 16-2 both times. But does it seem like to be like a team from what we've seen who can win rounds like cleanly, you know, and keep all 5 players alive? I think they kind of struggle to close out rounds sometimes that they should win, as seen, you know, 2 rounds ago, which is the USPs. But they're still winning rounds, so... And now that they got 4, they can almost certainly get 5, as mentioned before. Especially when FURIA only have a couple of Deagles and an M4 to use.
These seem to be the rounds, though, where FURIA are actually the most dangerous. Because it's where they take the most risks. Now, sure, they are a team that take risks anyway. Like, they make plays which you sort of look at and go, wow, that was madness, but it worked. But in these rounds, they're forced to do it. So, well, we can't really comment too much on them because they don't have much to play with. Okay, Serrado. Probably the man you'd want with the rifle as well. Like, I feel like he's definitely the most clutch player when it comes to FURIA side. I like this. Straight back in. Straight down the vent. Already going to be gaining so much map control just by this. But there's the aggression. Oh, it's just dinked or double dinked fast in. And how is this working, Jason? This is what I mean. They just throw in the most ridiculous rounds out of nowhere. And somehow they're in a 5v2.
Should they just play pistols for now on? Should they just play USPs at this rate? Doing nearly the impossible. And I said once they get 4, they're most certainly going to get 5. But maybe I should eat my own words here. Unless somehow Thompson can go big, as he has gotten the first without being spotted. Gonna see at least 1 player as he rounds the corner. Sees the second as well. And there you go. 2 connections come through. But the problem is it's just the pistols. It's not the rifles that is able to dislodge from the enemy team. And IDK, like, the bomb's down. He's scared. He has to hope that Tatsun can be the one to make the play, because he feels like, I would imagine, it's going to be a little bit too difficult. If he dies, they know who the last player is, and they can just hug the bomb.
The thing is that the CT side have actually given it up. I quite like this, because holding on to those angles is actually going to be quite difficult. Oh, he's actually going to check it with a Molotov, though. That's genius. And he still gets the kill. He waits long enough that it's a surprise for someone to peek that angle. And, yeah, Vinny is going to clean things up. FURIA... Oh, I'm surprised. But at the same time, I'm not. Because it's just something that they seem to manage to do. And it's like one of those... Like a wild animal. You force them into the corner and they bite you. And, well, they've bitten back. 2 rounds onto the board. Tees are at least going to have that bonus money. It's a good thing they kept that last one clean, because otherwise they would have no cash here.
I don't get it. He Molotovs the vent. He should be able to hear the guy burning. There must have been like comms or something like that, so he couldn't hear it. I'm not sure. He should have known Henny was going to peek around the side. But here we go. Push back and towards ramp. Henny, speaking of him, going to miss his shots, unfortunately. So an easy take of the ramp position for EA Gaming. He's trying to redeem themselves from the round before. They still have to worry about an op towards lower. You have Art, as you mentioned, likes to play towards secret. Got annihilated against Envy for the most part. Now he's looking to push ramp. He's just spot on at least one. Good quick kill onto RCF.
Move with this Odge 1 AWP. Another Rise is in its place. He's actually thinking of maybe switching up their movement. Now, it's definitely something that has been thought about by the CT side. They basically left Art here alone. Now, this same corner has been cleared so many rounds in a row. But it doesn't matter, because K-Serrano's going to kick things off. Vinny goes, haha, got you this time, as he peeks out of that same corner vent. Now Dumont. Great first map, but this, or second map, sorry. This would be a clutch to take. I'm not really sure I was going to get anything done here. Spot Vinny looking the wrong way, but he will get the kill anyway. 4-3. That punish now comes in after a massively successful previous round, and oh, the T's don't have any cash.
So Tom, what animal is FURIA's logo?
Let's say a panther.
And what animal is Yaz logo? A tiger?
Yeah, a bit of a weird looking, maybe like the Kellogg's tiger.
I couldn't say his name either. It's like copyrighted. We don't want to pay royalties for it. So who's better then, the Tigers or the Panthers? Oh, the nade to IDK. That's the bomb snuck down towards lower, but the nades will come through. Yep. And that should be the defuse coming through as well. Yeah, Duma's not really in a position to stop it, as he does have the AK from the kill before. The K-Straw's blocking him off. Art's going to stick it. And FURIA will tie things up at 4 apiece.
I think the T's are going to be alright with that, though. They've kept the rifle. That's the most important thing. They made a big boost as well to their economy by getting the bomb plant. To answer your question, if I was just doing it purely based off logos, I think FURIA's logo is a lot cooler. I think it's... I always like logos that are very clean. And I think it may also be that, at least for me, Yeah Gaming is not the greatest of names. And so to see a tiger with the word Yeah written below it, it makes me giggle, but I'm not sure I'd want to have a jersey with that written on it.
I mean, you're saying it's not the greatest of names. I think it's great.
Well, I get that one, but it was just as bad as the last. Yuri, elevated position to start off the round. Once again, we're going to see the opening pick going the way of the CTs. Henny, again, he's using this AWP as if it's an expensive shotgun. He has Yuri to support him, and in fact, maybe just Yuri. Like, Henny can just shoot wherever he wants at this point, because Yuri is killing everyone. RCF is still going to have the read on Vinny's aggression, but he won't expect K-Serrano to be right behind him. 5-4, FURIA really getting into a rhythm now. I think that pistol round has almost just pushed forward anything they were planning in the future. And again, the T side, unfortunately, don't really have the money to buy. Now, Duma, he could go for a hero AK here. He has enough cash to do it. He's actually just going to go for a pistol and some utility. Maybe going to plan to drop the AWP over in the next round, although RCF, if that was the case, probably would have invested a little bit more. So I would have liked to see the hero AK. Maybe the hero Tech 9 could do it instead.
Oh no, they're gonna rush straight in yet again, looking to catch him off guard. The utility is just perfect. It's spot on. It's spotless. FURIA now 4-on-1. Tatazin does have the bomb, but I don't think he's able to sneak his way down vent this time. And you can see there's trail directly where he's gonna be. Art. Again, the shotgun up. Doesn't expect him to be pushed up this far as he's checking the deep angles, but still, I would imagine it should still be a done round for FURIA. And yeah, now they know 100% where he's going to be. He backs away, and K-Serrano's waiting. 6-4, and FURIA have now been able to take the last 5 rounds straight.
I think something quite cool, if someone wants to look at that, look at the comparison between the first round buy, where Yeah Gaming attempted that push. Obviously, they did it with rifles. And then look at the round, even the one before last, where they try and push in. You can see the difference that a lot of utility can make. Like, obviously, before FURIA only had smoke, and they got forced out of positions by Molotovs. Instead, they had their own counter smokes, counter nades, counter Molotovs. It made things impossible for Yeah Gaming. They're going to go for this once again, and that is a quick pick from RCF. I always like to see that sort of timing shot where the door is blown out. We're going to see a battle in towards outside as well. He's spotting onto Yuri. Expect a player to be as close as as Art currently is. Now, his AWP definitely not the gun to really have in this scenario, but then again, who knows? He might just make it work.
At least that's full control on the outside for Furious. They don't have to worry about any sort of secret play anytime soon. They know they're going to be in towards T lobby. Art, though, he's pushing without checking the left side. There's going to be a player in here with them, but he still gets the first kill. Not able to get the second as I think he gets the tag through the team. But eventually, Dumao is going to close him out. It's still down to a 2-on-3 Vinny. No, actually, they will have a Molotov on Dumao to clear him if they want to throw it in that direction. And then K Serato is kind of split off from each other. So IDK, if he can get up towards Heaven quick enough, it should be a done deal.
He moves. Made that realization. He is going to be here on his lonesome, so chances are slim. The real worry is from Heaven, but he's actually going to reposition so that he can't be spotted. And they don't have anything to smoke him off at this point. It is going to be how far we see the wraparound from IDK, though. He might be able to spot his little legs, and the timing is actually going to go the wrong way. Of course, the smoke would have faded in their favor anyway, which is stupid, but let's ignore that. And now, K Serato, he's got a chance here. The only problem is he can't run, because the way that this map works, footsteps carry, although sometimes they can be a little bit confusing where they're coming from. I think this one will be fairly obvious. So he basically has to walk the whole way, which is going to leave a lot less time on the bomb than he probably would have liked. Seems like there's anybody in Heaven, so he's at least going to get that position. And the player on the side has a lot of noise. He had a chance there. Luckily, I think that was all part of the plan, as IDK had his teammate, quote-unquote, covered.
Hey, he got the kill. He won the round. That's all that matters.
That's what I attacked.
A little bit.
I've got you from Evan. I've got you from... What do you mean we won? It doesn't matter that you died.
Yeah, winning rounds. It's not about who survives. It's about just winning the round, Tom. Well, still 6-5. Be mean. We have IDK on 10 and Vinny on 13. And wasn't Vinny the one going off on Mirage as well?
Yep.
Seems like he's carried over some momentum from the last map on the 13 kills. But again, maybe not as clean of a nuke as they were hoping for, but they did win 5 rounds straight. Before that, yeah, won 4. And the money's not looking amazing on the T side, though you do have Dumao on 5.6. So, actually, now he's buying up an AWP, so never mind about that.
I think
but the money's going to hurt.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the game that we watched between Envy and FURIA T-sided? I feel like it was. I feel like both teams actually did better on the T side of Nuke than they did on the CT side. I think it was an 8-7 in favor of the T side.
With Envy up against FURIA?
Yeah.
Oh, that honestly I don't remember. That was if it did happen 20 minutes ago, I probably don't remember.
It was an 8-7 both halves. Nonetheless, the T's have got themselves into a 3-on-3. Now, Vinny, definitely wary of Heaven. Player up the top also relatively low. Oh, it's perfectly placed to catch out any rotation as well. And Fasting goes looking to try and get that trade kill, but Art has already run off, scurried away into a new position, leaving probably the remaining T's a little bit confused as to where he's actually gone. Hand it over. Vinny is still in a prime position here. Just waiting for them to try and go for the plant. Is he going to expect the player above? That's the question. He tries to deny it. Now, both players will fall onto the site, but it's a double AWP retake, Jason. It's not the ideal scenario for the CT side.
Well, Art just like the shotgun up. It looks like Henny as well as he takes down Fasten. And RCF got 2 players. I was going to say it's 3 ops on the map. Gets the tag onto the first, but he has so many angles to watch here. And he picks up the AK as well, and a good little switch comes in. He gets pincered in, no chance to survive. And they will be able to carry the double up over into the next round, but still 7-5. Great little retake coming through. Bomb was planted, though. Some money should be there for the T side for another buy. But if FURIA are going to have a stronger T side than CT, I think a little bit worrying for, yeah, unless they can take the remainder of these rounds.
Yeah, so just to clarify that it was FURIA actually getting 8 rounds and Envy getting 8 rounds on the T side. So we know that FURIA can do it. They did, of course, take that to OT and eventually lost, but see if Yeah Gaming are going to have the same issues on the CT side. Now with that AWP outside, definitely a menace to be dealt with out here, but the problem is they've smoked him off almost completely. This is risky. Looking to try and sneak through the edge, hunting for someone, and he will find them, unfortunately. Not ready. The shots to come back and return. This is something we saw quite often from him. Like, this AWP outside was very hit and miss. Like, either he'd get a multi-frag or he'd get 0, and it is probably one of the main reasons that they did lose so many rounds to the T side of Envy.
Didn't they also win a lot of like 2v5s and like 2v4s against Envy?
Yes. I think Henny was in full clutch mode on that map.
All the push coming in towards upper. K-Straw and Vinny gonna be waiting. This other rotation towards heaven for another player. K-Straw's only able to get one, so it's a little bit of a rough trade back and forth, but it's still, again, down to the 2-on-2. Yuri down to 23 HP. The bomb not making its way towards upper just yet with 40 seconds left, and he's actually going to rotate it back towards lower, though. So Tatizin, the one being left towards the site, looking for a kill, looking for a distraction out of him. Duma should be able to get the bomb planted. And it's up, I guess, to Tatizin to catch the rotations. Like, if they go towards vent, that he could get early kill, which it could allow them to have the 2-on-1. Yuri as well is pushed out really quickly, so he's looking for the planter. Tatizin maybe pushing a little bit too early. Henry's around the corner, but he gets the kill, and now it's all on Yuri in the 1-on-2.
Oh, I wonder if Yuri's just going to be trying to go to get onto that bomb. He doesn't hit, but he's actually taking his time. Tried to actually wallbang him through the corner. Just be baiting the diffuser, waiting for him around. Just going to start pushing. He does have the time to play with. He doesn't have the HP. And it is going to be the clutch for the T side. A 6th onto the board. Now money becomes an issue once again for FURIA. They don't really have the finances available. They're actually going to throw over an AWP to Art, interestingly. Now, I don't think Henny has been having the best of games. And I also think that in terms of his AWPing on this map, it does seem to be just if he's feeling it, and if he's not, it's just going to allow Art to have it on the outside. But as said, it's not really been too successful. Art himself has actually been playing quite well, but if they actually put pressure on him, it seems like things go a little bit wrong.
Like, I mean, it's hard to criticize his aggressive plays as well, because when they work, we praise them, and when they fail, it's just unfortunate, you know? But he's definitely keeping Yeah Gaming guessing in some of the positions he's been taking, and look at this aggressive play, keeping 2 players outside. Able to get the initial 2 frags in this round in case Serrano with the at least gonna get 1 and a second. I never expected him to get the transfer on to Dumao, and at least Tatson alone against 5. He's gonna need, or gets 4 now, as he needs the ace to clutch this out.
Hardest things in Counter-Strike is to pick who your favorite FURIA player is, because they really are one of the most enjoyable teams to watch. They don't like to make things easy for themselves, but rounds they do win normally do something brilliant, and Quesarado has just done it there. The UMP, well, in the past was a powerhouse, but nowadays is another one of the SMGs that somewhat gets left behind, but proven once again it can be worked, and of course the other SMG is going to get the final kill. FURIA, it's just what they do. Their backs against the wall. They win a round out of absolutely nothing, and the T's, well, the first gun bought up is a MAC-10. The second gun bought up is also a MAC-10. The third gun bought up, Jason, guess what? It's a MAC-10. Dumar has ruined the trend, but other than that, it's a Mac Daddy buy.
I wonder where they're going to rush. Upper bomb site hasn't worked out before because of the utility being thrown early on. It looks like they want to go outside. Are they going to go straight down towards Secret and try to play on the lower bomb site? Be a little bit worried about Art lingering around these smokes yet again. Yeah, they will rotate through. This will be interesting because you have Art with an AWP. And a good Incendiary Grenade holds them back. The problem is one player snuck by it and Incendiary goes over his head. He's immediately forced to back away. So IDK just running forward gets him a lot of extra ground to play with.
Nice sort of round. A run and gun. Event. I think Vinny's just at the same realization. They wouldn't try that, would they? Well, maybe they shouldn't have done, as he's going to trade out 2 for 1. bomb at least will be planted and a rifle's been retrieved, but this is going to be a tough situation. The only saving grace is the fact that there isn't that much utility, but with one man already dropped and IDK needing one of the best clutches you probably ever see, he's almost going to get two. And Queserado with a little bit of a BM spray will be there to end the half.
He dinks Queserado twice, too. That's the unfortunate part. He has 1 HP to survive with. But like I said, that's going to be the first half now done on our last map of the day. And our only match of the day for you and I, Tom. It's going to be 9-6 in favor of FURIA. We're going to find out how the second half will break down after a short break.
Yeah, the only thing is, it's like,
So far, but so far from close. It's so hard to find my destiny. Try not to drift apart, 'cause you'll be right back at the start. And I don't wanna keep on falling. I gotta stay recalling memories we've lost and found. Explain to me what it's all about.
Sitting on a bench, waiting for the time to pass, dreaming of what happens next. I see what I wanna be, questioning my destiny, only knowing what I see. I don't even realize I've already made a path, and I can change it anytime. I can't take it back. I know what I want, but it seems so damn far away. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh, I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh, I know I empower those who dream like me. And you say you wanna be somebody.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be going right into our pistol round, and it is going to be FURIA versus Yeah Gaming. One of them will take the victory, the other will, well, get the loss. That's how it works. And look at this aggression already from Varsin, looking to try and push on to Art. He spotted the two players making their way through the lobby, and in the meantime, the T's have looked to wrap back around, already looking to take control of Hell, but they've already made their way onto the B site as well.
Not sure how RCF hits that shot, but he does nonetheless. Especially since they were swarming all over Hell there. Really rough times. K-Serrato on the flank towards ramp. Gets the kill to Dumao. And that pretty much opens up the entire bomb site to be planted in. Steven Vinny, not sure everything was covered off. RCF going to be coming down vents. Still going to be the 3-on-3 retake. No kit currently in the hands of Yeah Gaming. They definitely have to go quick here to have a chance to pull off this defuse, but they have so many targets to find and so many positions. The upside is they don't know where they're coming from. And FURIA is going to be in for a rude awakening here in a second when that door opens.
Some decent positioning, though, for this. Already, Vinny spotting both players, and they're running out of time. They have to get a move on here, and I'm just liking all the positions being held, but the shots are not going to be connected. K-Serrato, he's the surprise, though, and he's already tapped down two. Again, this is the man you want in the clutch situations, and he's got the pistol guaranteed. He'd like the kill just for show, but the bomb will do the work. In fact, both of them survive. I'm surprised at that, but no one's actually going to die. K-Serrato, just a beast.
I mean, you said before, right? If there's anyone you want in a clutch situation or anyone that can pop off, it's K-Serrato. On 15 kills, second for his team. But just to get those 2 kills and stay alive, well done. And that gets FURIA up to 10 kills now. For the other side for Yeah, or sorry, 10 rounds. They have a Scout, an SMG, 2 Deagles, and a CZ as well. They've invested into the head armor here, so trying to make something work. We saw RCF do it before on the Scout with a double headshot on Inferno. I don't have to be gifted so many angles. And Fasten, look at this aggression again.
Loves the MP9, and it's going to get him a kill as well. There's $600 made, but more importantly, he's able to fall back. Passive position. Same could be said for the Scout outside. RCF going to get smoked off. The flashbang's perfect. Oh, IDK hits it while completely blind. He actually does damage onto Yuri as well. This is looking more and more possible. Vinny still standing with another kill to his name. Already hitting 19 as he has Yuri to support him outside. And now it's left all onto Duma. He almost has to hope that he gets an engagement with Vinny first, because if he kills off the man with 2 HP, he's going to be left into the 1 versus 1 and unaware of where he currently is. He's going to switch up to his Dirty Deeg. Hoping for that 1 tap. I wonder if Vinny might just make the decision to fall down to the B side, but he does it quietly as well. Just going to make things much worse. If he makes sound there, you know that Duma's going to be on his tail in a matter of seconds, but for now, he's only going to make the realization as the bomb starts to get planted.
Goes back to pick up the incendiary grenade. Vinny looking to get back up on the catwalk here. Duma hasn't heard it. He's going to be coming around the side. I mean, Mac 10 versus AK at this range, you know who I'm going to favor. I'm taking away. No kit for Dumao. Has been spotted out. Now Vinny just needs to stall for some time. Maybe just get the 1 clicks. They will win the round, but it's still a very costly round for FURIA. Only 1 player surviving.
It's been a joy to watch Vinny play today. Not only individually, he's been very strong, but he played that just very intelligently. Like, even players when they go towards the B side, that's the smart move there. Like, reset the round, like, basically put it on your terms. But just the fact that he doesn't rush it. He takes it slow. He makes sure that basically he's only found out when he opens that door. And by that point, Doom is so far behind that it's just a much tougher situation. We're now going to see the Mac 10s in play to try and make some of that cash back. But there's multiple CTs ready and waiting already. A dink is hit. I think that might have been through the corner of a wall or something, because it didn't do anywhere near as much damage as it probably should have done. Yuri, in the meantime, looking to make some cash, but instead is going to be domed. The back of a P250. That's an AK dropped outside. However, the T's have at least made their rotation. The round shouldn't really be in jeopardy here, but at least a weapon has been picked up for Yeah Gaming.
It looks like they're actually going to push with it here. In case Serato, he's just waiting with the MAC-10. The head armor, it's not going to be there for anyone. There's RCF going to fall. Dumao just should save this AK. Yeah, he's going to be sprayed through on the smoke. Henry catches him without even realizing it. And Dumao's going to tail it out of there. And he should. He needs to save this weapon. Oh, Bastion just immediately gooshed up. Case aren't even jumping. Gets the kill. And it looks like they will at least be able to save the AK. But it's still going to put them down 6 rounds to FURIA.
Even with the damage that was done in the previous round, this sort of doesn't sit the way that you'd like it to. FURIA Gaming far enough behind now that FURIA have some time to play with. And as mentioned before, they were very good when it came to the T side the last time we saw them play this map. And they've been someone who's basically been trying to bring Nuke and Vertigo into their map pool for quite a while. Like maybe not necessarily the best on some of the more common maps that we see teams play. Of course, having some issues earlier in the day on Inferno, which is, again, pretty much the third map in almost every single series, if not one picked by a team. But when it comes to Vertigo and Nuke, yeah, they've definitely put the work in. They put the work into the side, which is tougher in this case, the T. TTs are going to have an investment, though. And RCF, he's had a great series so far, but this map has not been kind. Obviously, an AWP on the T side of Nuke is always going to have his troubles. He's not going to miss. I don't even know how that was a connection. Like, it seemed like the player was gone by the time he took the shot, but his reactions are clearly faster than my eyes. Art. Already going to be opening up one back. And Farsin loses the battle to a back 10. That's not really on. He needed to win that duel, and because of that, things are falling apart. One by one, the trades come back in turn, and now it's left onto Duma. 1v2.
Oh, man, has no chance in that round. The nade and then Case Trotter from below. FURIA now up to 13. And the money for Gaming. What do you go with here? Do you invest? Like a couple of pistols? We do have some Deagle and armor being bought for IDK. Tatising going for the AWP. I'm gonna drop it over to RCF, and it looks like they're just fully. I don't know. That op pick is really interesting to me, considering the rest of them are on Deagles. I guess RCF has enough money, but then why doesn't RCF as well? Why is he not given the AWP?
But the other thing as well is RCF has enough money for an AWP in the next round, but I guess it just means that Tadison's going to be playing probably an MP9. Maybe that's why he just wants an excuse to have an MP9 into the next round. The issue is, I just don't think that this is the map for a hero AWP. Like, it can work. We've seen Art get very aggressive sometimes, and it work in their favor. But there's so many close quarters angles that I almost feel like it would be better just to go for a rifle and bring something into the next round. Luckily, they're actually going to be able to find the kill onto Quesarado, though. Art already rotating back around. This is a decent call from them. Vinny just popping heads. 22 kills. And I think he's definitely hit over 50 in the last 2 maps. I think he was close to 30 in the last one, so it's guaranteed. Got to be careful, because Tadison is still around. He's trying to check both angles at once. He's going to spot the man onto RCF. He leaves Tadison alone, and that AWP, well, a singular kill. I suppose it's a little bit of extra damage, but the trade-off going into the next round doesn't really seem worth it.
Yeah, not really. I'm super wondering, like, what is the idea behind that? You know, behind having just the hero AWP and then the rest of them on pistols. I definitely agree with you. This is not really a map for that, because there's just so many angles they can come from. It's not like you can hold like a massive section of the map, like on Inferno, by looking down middle or by looking, you know, down Banana on CT side.
Even like 2 MP9s. I know that sounds silly, but he could have dropped 2 MP9s and still had enough to buy in this round, and they've been so good with those SMGs. Or just buy an M4. Instead, they've already got a hit on utility. They don't have a kit. I don't know. I don't really like it. I can understand it on plenty of maps, but it's weird here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, I wish we had the option to do interviews like the mainstream has, because I definitely asked something about that. But it seems like a last hurrah for them here. Double up set up for RCF and Dumao. Done odd picked up for IDK.
You only interview the winner, Jason.
No, they were interviewing losers earlier.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, I think they interviewed like Elige from Liquid when they lost against Envy.
That is interesting. I would have liked to see Nifty after that one, to be honest.
I can imagine how cool and collected.
I
Like,
am
yeah,
the greatest AWPer in the world. This is so aggressive. The CT side, they're having to take risks. They don't have the utility to hold on in case Serrado. They're already going to trade one back, but look at the HP. Art and Henny, both ridiculously low. They've still made rounds like this in the past work. The only thing that worries me a little bit is the fact that Vinny's dead, because he's been the one that's making a lot of these work. Of course, Serado's still standing, so anything seems to be possible. Take a bit of damage falling, and Yuri is going to get caught on the outside. A couple of players still lurking around Mini, so really ideal for these remaining players to try and do anything here. 35 seconds on the clock. Their money is still not in a bad position, but you do sort of wonder, is it just worth holding on to these two guns? You don't really have any map control at this point, and now you don't even have the bomb.
Okay, Charlotte feeling confident there, it seems. They will get the kills, though. They will get the round, more importantly, for FURIA Gaming, and they also save the double ops as well. I feel like if FURIA just pick up the pace, like if they rush in, or it definitely could be something that punishes this double op setup. And then again, you know, you already mentioned that, yeah, Gaming having to take some risks in the last round because they lack the utility to hold on for delayed push. But let's see now. It looks like pretty much even Stevens across the board between the two teams. It comes down to how important these ops are going to be in RCF. What able to do just that as well as just escapes through the smoke. Gets a second kill into Ard, and well, you know, I'm not really used to seeing an op picked up on the outside like this, but he's been able to get 2 kills and 2 important kills they needed to stay alive in this game.
Yeah, this round and the last has been FURIA walking into a brick wall. Even the aggression from Tadazin, you feel like Vinny had the drop on him there, but missing the shots. And now, well, Yuri, his position is known. I don't know if he's going to expect anybody to just be on this left-hand side in the lobby. Going to be a difficult kill to try and find. They're just trying to bait him into the angle. Does still get a kill onto IDK. Not going to want to lose too many more players here, and as he rounds his corner, he should be dead. It actually comes a little bit too close, but yeah, Gaming, 4 players surviving, money being built up, and more importantly, the T's can't really buy here. Now, I'm hoping that this is just like a hero AK. Art's going to buy it. Maybe Serrado, Yuri, someone buys Kevlar who can actually afford it into the next round. So you go buy full head armor. But other than that, I really don't want to see a purchase coming up.
Oh, it seems like they've heard you. Just going to be that hero AK and some smoke, so it looks like they're going to try to push on outside. I mean, honestly, I'd almost want to see Serrado with the AK, and what? Again, RCF coming up with the shots of the smoke, almost a second one as well. They've been able to rush down through secret, though. Serrado try to cut off the rotations, and well, they will lose the AK, but they should be able to rescue it, and actually, well, Henny tries to, and Dumao drops him before he can even secure that weapon. They actually have the bomb towards the site, but Serrado's more interested in picking up the AK. Gonna go for the re-smoke too, but I don't know how you plant the bomb here without them just pushing you. I guess like that.
They managed to get it down. It's whether they can cling on to the round. Art is in a decent position. I don't think they expect to be this close for IDK. Pre-fire in the angle. Serrado, here we go. 1 versus 4. No armor. 4 players going to be pushing him. I don't see a way out of this one. Nice shot onto the first, however. He can at least make things costly, but Varsin going to close that down as quickly as humanly possible. Of course, that bomb plant kind of makes the investment they made worth it now. Because up to this point, the loss bonus, not quite maximized. They're not really in a position where they would have been able to fully buy as a squad if they hadn't got the bomb plant. But getting it down means that the finances are going to be fine. Sure, maybe Yuri doesn't have full grenades, but considering most of the time he's playing an entry fragger role outside, it's not going to be too much of an issue. He's actually going to drop down to a Galil. But other than that, everything for FURIA is fine.
Yeah, I'm expecting maybe a little bit of a ramp play. I know they're going to be a little bit afraid of the, you know, the ops that they do have. But we see them be able to take it with relative ease before. And RCF and Dumao, the money's building up for them, so if they lose a round, they can still invest back into the double ops. Then again, they'd be looking at the best situation is an overtime for them. Oh, look at Art spots out the first player, spots out the barrel, gets a second as well. And Art, just with no respect, pushes into the upper bomb site and almost gifts this round to FURIA.
CT side's money's not awful, but at the same time, the retake looking less and less likely as the seconds go by. Considering they've been investing into a double orb setup, they're really going to want to try and cling on to that, and it's just not happening. They're getting picked off one by one by one. It's like FURIA just switched a gear, and well, mainly that came down to Art just having a ludicrous round, a triple kill. They're hunting. They want this final gun. Now, there's not a huge amount of money for the T side, but I think they know that double orb setup could be one very costly. There's still enough money that the CT side could go for it anyway. So if they lose too many players, that shot is gross. Dumar with a no-scope flick, but eventually he goes down, and that's what's more important. Do they actually save the AWP? No, they don't. The T's don't want it.
Someone get him a cast. I think he just broke his wrist doing that. Oh my god. That's a hell of a flick and a half right there, but still, it's not going to win the round. It's not going to allow him to save the op in the next round either. And now we're on map and match point here for FURIA. Quick little timeout coming in for FURIA. Maybe just trying to talk some things over how they do want to lock this one down. But it's still the double up setup coming in for Yeah Gaming. And I still really worry any sort of quick-paced play, not easy to say, could completely throw that off. You can completely eliminate the whole point of having a double op setup.
Been working at times. Like RCF has definitely had a bit of a resurgence in this game, but still not quite the performance they would have been hoping for. Been the Zins of their side who's actually been able to sort of push things through for them, but even that hasn't really been too much, especially versus Vinny and Quesarado, both 23 kills apiece. Art and Yuri hot on their tail. Sure, Henny's not necessarily had the best game, but doesn't really seem to matter. And on the T side, we don't really expect massive amount from him. Molotov actually misses slightly, but it sort of spreads down in a really weird way. So it means that a player can still sit on the hut, which is an issue for them. Farsin, however, has taken a hell of a lot of damage, and the T's are just going to go for the classic MM down the vent and make their way towards B.
I mean, there's one person here defending it. It's Dumao. He's going to push past the smoke, which actually could cost him his life. He looks to escape from this, and he will survive for now. It looks like the bomb should still be planted here. 5-on-4 now with the first kill coming through. RCF done a very low HP. And I don't know where all these kills are coming through, but just like that, FURIA have to get the bomb down, get 5 kills in the next 5 seconds, and they will take themselves the match.